So my mood for this podcast, or not this podcast, this show, or this episodes recently, was literally as I started watching it, and I know it's been like, a couple episodes since we talked about Foxy. Well, he returns after someone promised me something special of he will not be back. And the first line that went to my head was, those bastards lied to me.
Okay, listen, bro, if it makes you feel any better, like, I didn't actually realize that these episodes were on the table until after they were already on the list.
The best part about this is that it happens in like the first 3 minutes.
do you know what went through my head was Jordy's line of, Devin, one day Foxy's gonna make you cry.
I was mad.
I saw what was happening, and they're going through this whole friendship bit, and Foxy's talking about how like you just treat your crew like slaves. Your power is not the way to do this, and I'm like, oh no,
This is gonna be it.
Foxy's really gonna make me cry, isn't he? And then he doesn't.
Well, he's still around. That's the problem. He's still around.
He's still around.
The
and
fear
it's still a
is always
possibility.
going to be there because we know he's
Technically, he made you cry in terror.
That's right.
That is true. He made Devin cry out in fear of more Foxy.
I don't want to be here anymore. I just want to get to the good stuff.
All right, so just to skip over the Foxy stuff, because honestly, not much happens in the Foxy episodes.
Wait, dude, I
We
didn't get to my
we
summary
gotta do
yet.
this summary here, don't we?
Let me give you a little reason why we did this. The only reason we watched the beginning of the Foxy stuff there was because of the first 30 seconds of that episode.
These are the
first 30 seconds of that episode are the reason why you watched that entire thing.
These damn animators keep putting like the smallest fragment of canon information in our filler, bro.
Animals.
Be that way.
Absolute animals.
Fucking animals. And just so we're clear, Foxy is not filler, but these episodes are. All right, moving on to the summary. So, Foxy's back, baby. Foxy's back, baby.
Oh.
Foxy's back, baby.
Shit, not again.
Foxy's back, baby.
Just hit him with a hammer. That one always works.
Foxy's back, baby. And then he's defeated. But more on that later. Anyway, the real plot begins in the second half of these episodes. They end up on an island to find a mysterious man sleep standing. Everyone just brushes this off as Grand Line being Grand Line until Robin sees him. Instantly, she falls and begins to panic. Robin's never acted this way in front of any danger the gang has faced. So seeing her in such disarray alerts the others that something must be wrong. You see, the person standing before them is none other than Admiral Aokiji, one of the three government powerhouses. Aokiji, while at first presents himself as a non-threat, eventually decides to poke at Robin's history, ultimately invoking the anger of not only Robin, but the rest of the team as well. As we, the audience, are shown a real gap in strength when he not only freezes the ocean, but defeats everyone on the team with little effort. Having every opportunity to annihilate them, he decides to let them go as a way of getting even for their help in defeating Crocodile. The gang recovers, and the episode ends with them hearing a train out in the middle of the ocean. Ding-ding-ding. All right, that's it. So, okay. Let's just deal with the Foxy shit again.
Those bastards lied to me.
Son of a bitch.
Let's just revisit. So I'll say this. I'm not gonna lie to you. These two Foxy bits are canon. It do be that way. That literally there's 20% canon inside of like 80% worth of filler on these.
It was unnecessary, Foxy, because it was like, I'm not done terrorizing the straw goons,
Right.
and then he comes back.
The only things of merit that I have for these Foxy bits is there's one massive animation error during the second filler episode that I want to know if anyone caught. When they first find their way into the ship and then Foxy comes out dressed up as Portia or whatever, and then they do that bit with Chopper being like, ugh. There's a scene where Foxy strikes down with his sword at Luffy or whatever, and then Zoro intercepts, and you can catch it if you see it. He's stopping Foxy with his sword or whatever in front of Luffy, and there is a copy of Zoro standing with the team in the back. So there's two Zoros on screen at the same time. And
No. See what's happening, Brendan, is what you're missing is that he's just moving so fast back and forth between those locations. It's his
Dude, this is like I'm actually so happy we got here because this is like the only thing that I know of merit for this particular filler section is that this has like a very like funny animation error that everyone always mentions in the subreddit once in a while. They'll be like, yo, you remember that time that Zoro learned fucking Shadow Clone Jutsu?
I did not notice that.
I didn't catch it either.
More generally, I just the Chopper and Robin moments that are sprinkled throughout the first two episodes we watched. It's just so like we've been going on about these like Chopper Zoro vibes of like big brother little brother thing. I don't know what these two are supposed to be, but I love it because it's my two favorite Straw Hats. just cute. It's basically cute girls doing cute things, but you know, Chopper's a dude.
I kind of view it like this in my own shipping, One Piece shipping of the universe, which is currently this: Zoro's a tsundere to Robin. Chopper's the child, so Robin's acting motherly to her child.
She does give off a little bit of mom energy when it
Like
comes
when
to
she's
Chopper.
playing the board game with Chopper, mom energy.
Absolute mom energy.
Yeah, that's definite mom energy. You're very right about that.
It's apparently canon now that they carry board games on the ship.
It's also canon now that there's a bathroom with a massive like sauna, like Japanese style bathroom in the ship.
No, I believe that.
They have
I
to have
believe
a
that.
bathroom on the ship, dude. Like,
with
come on.
tiles and everything. Why?
It was meant to be used for a noble, so I guess it makes sense.
But what was more interesting about these episodes, watching the dynamic between Chopper and Robin, is in the later episodes with the reveal of what we don't really know yet, and so like what it's alluding to.
Dude, we can just skip to that because Foxy stuff, nothing happens.
The Foxy
People
stuff
fight.
happened.
They bring mechs back out. Frog guys try to mutiny.
We've got we break out the afro again.
Full disclosure, I definitely skipped like 226. I was like, I'm not wasting my time with this Foxy bullshit.
Man, I don't know. All this disrespect.
I don't know. I mean, like it
It's
was
deserved,
nonsensical, but 225 was like kind of fun a little bit, I guess.
So yeah, we could skip the Foxy stuff. Foxy, there was a mutiny, also kind of not.
They eventually end up on the island, and we finally get plot. Devin gets his plot.
Bro, let me tell you, this is the beginning of the good stuff. You're in for a long trip, but a good one.
There was so much after that drought of nothing interesting happening to so much being dumped in one spot. Like we got 3 admirals being named, like understanding a little bit more of the hierarchy of the Marines.
Yeah. See, now this is what I'm mostly pumped about. We finally get to know about the Marines. It only took us 200 some odd episodes, and we finally understand Marines. Sorry, continue, Devin.
Reason number 999 of why One Piece is too long.
I'm in your boat, all right? I'm not in this. I don't have a pro One Piece bias, all right? I'm in your boat here. It could be shorter. A lot shorter.
But like
there are things that could be said.
It's interesting because they dropped the names. So the first one we meet is Aokiji, who we'll go over his powers in a minute, and then we get 2 name drops, which is Kizaru and Aki.
You could say Akainu, Akainu.
Whatever you want. We will accept both here.
Yeah, we get those names dropped, and then what's it called? We just get a little bit of just the fear of like just seeing Robin, the one who we've seen murk millions of people at this point, drop in fear.
Yeah, if Robin's scared, I'm scared.
I see. So these poor fools don't suspect a thing.
Just get to the point. If you want to arrest me, then why not just do it already? Print
No! Robin! My. Did something I say strike a nerve?
When I watched these episodes for the first time, from your guys' perspective, Robin's just like a hard ass. Like she can't be phased, honestly. But
No, I disagree because we've seen her get phased before.
Fair.
because with Crocodile and like her literally losing the will to live.
Yeah, she just straight up collapsed on the floor, and she did the SpongeBob
which is so fun. She's afraid for her life, but she's already like ventured like to completely give it up in another situation entirely. So God only knows what the history between her and this dude is.
Also, I feel like we're brushing over the whole like Eneru arc where like she got fucking lobotomized, and you know she got up from that. But whatever Aokiji did, god damn.
I don't think it's anything that he did. It's what he knows. That's what because he alluded a lot in these episodes to how she's kind of sociopathic or psychopathic, where it's like she manipulates people to get what she needs and wants, and then she kills them. And it's like he even makes comments like, "Oh, like I see you've really convinced them that you're their friend."
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did also mention though that he had like one regret in this life, and that it was, or pertaining to Robin, and that it was having let her go once before already. Like he says that at some point. I don't remember if it was in relation to the part where the Marines put a bounty on her when she was 8, and like maybe that instance is specifically it, or if it was a different one. But she has definitely met this dude and seen the raw strength that this man contains beyond, you know, the show of strength that we saw before.
And you can imagine the amount of time he probably wasn't even an admiral back then, so he was like a lot weaker.
Yeah, he could have been probably a vice admiral or a captain even back in those days or whatever. He was just he was way weaker back when they knew each other. Well, there's reason to believe, I suppose. We still don't know exactly when he and her had crossed paths. It could have been when she was 8, or it could have been when she had already like established herself at the, you know, ripe age of like, I think Robin's 28. Yeah, 28.
I think it has been a decent amount of time, because he also makes the comment that she's grown into a fine woman after he sees Nami first.
Yeah,
and
so
like,
my assumption is the same, which is that it was before she did the whole bounty, getting her, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
snacks.
definitely been a long time. Like I would assume she was somewhere in her childhood when first meeting him, which would place that as it's been a long time, like over a decade probably since he's last seen her in the flesh.
Right, for sure.
He also alluded to something about like how she is like cursed. He made a comment where he was like, oh, if you keep party or like traveling with her, you'll suffer from like the curse of her. I think it was her bloodline or like her people. I don't remember what they said specifically, but it was like alluding to like something like that. So there's clearly something where like just like maybe her bloodline. I don't know, where there's something important that we don't know yet about, where it's like impending doom for everyone they meet. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that I want to interject. I don't remember exact lines to like confirm or deny anything there, but he was referring to the context of like her curse is anyone she like comes across ends up like organization wise, like she'll find a group of people to like lay low with or whatever, get by, and then eventually like that group like falls apart, meets their doom.
You will all learn soon enough that protecting this troublesome woman leads to nothing but regret. If you need proof, consider this. Every organization that she's had something to do with in the past has been annihilated. Not one single solitary member escaped except for her. Why is that, Nico Robin?
There was also that instance when he was confronting Luffy after their duel, which we just get right on it. Luffy and him duke it out for a split second. Luffy got absolutely iced, and this man literally. He basically, you know, okay, so what happens is at one point Aokiji helps these like townies get the fuck out, and then
he's being really chill about it, you know.
After they get the fuck out, he's just like, you know what, on second thought, you know, like it's kind of my job to do with you guys.
Like how he did that though.
Well,
Ice Age.
Do you want to explain what happened, Christian?
Well, at first, you know, he dips it. So we feed and clothe all of these survivors that we found, you know, for plot reasons. And then Aokiji's like, yeah, there's a nearby island. We can. Luckily, it's no problem. Or I'll get you there. And everyone's sitting here going like,
you got a boat? Because I didn't see no boat.
Ain't no boat around here. Like, how we all he's got is a bicycle, and I don't think we got any like seats on the back for that. So Aokiji's like, don't worry about it, and Robin's like, don't worry about it.
He's got it. I know.
So we like pack him up and we get ready to go, and he like moves. He goes over to the water at the edge, and he dips his hand in at first, and you're like, oh yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something. And then a Sea King pops up, and at first it kind of seems like the Sea King is going to be involved, but the Sea King's just there for scale, because the Sea King goes to attack him, and with no flinching, not even batting an eyelid, he unleashes Ice Age, where he freezes over that entire part of the ocean, and it goes on forever. And they're talking, the Sea King is frozen in place. Everyone's like,
Ice Age.
The sea. It's frozen. This is the power of a Navy headquarters, Admiral.
what is this happening right now? And he says, okay, he turns to the villagers again, unfazed by what he's done, because he did that. He goes, all right, you walk that direction. It's about a 4 days walk.
This ice will last you 7 days.
Do you
Take
understand?
your time.
Yeah, the ice will last a week though, so you'll be fine even if you lag behind. But you have to understand what this means. It's a 4 day walk. He froze the ocean far enough away for a week walk, but the island's only 4 days. It's a 4. I had to look this up.
Wait, is Christian about to do the math behind this or some shit?
Christian did the math.
I did a little math here. So,
oh boy, let's go.
In the best case scenario, tip top shape athletes, professional walkers, if you would, can do a marathon, 26.2 miles in about 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's say you're not nearly that in shape.
Mm-hmm.
You're malnourished and you're freezing and you're
you're freezing, you're malnourished, you've got a giant cart full of supplies pulling behind you, and kids, the worst of it all. Maybe you make it 10 miles. And then, so you make it 10 miles in a day. And let's say best case scenario, it's still that 4 day walk. He froze the ocean 40 miles away from his location in like the worst case scenario.
Do you think that from Eneru's perspective that he could see
He can see the Ice Age from the moon?
The Ice Age from the moon. He'd be like sitting there like with his toy best friends, and he look down and goes, huh. That's different.
Absolutely.
The scale is impressive, but are we really going to skip over the fact that he rides the ocean on a bicycle?
And freezes the tiny line.
I'd like to interject because I'm surprised Brendan hasn't done it already. This is just a gentle reminder that Logia types are fucking broken.
Oh no, yeah, no. This is not gentle.
Shit, he OP as fuck.
This is not gentle. This is about as gentle as taking a hammer in a glass shop, dude. This is brute force right out the gate. This dude is broken and you cannot handle him in any scenario.
And just so we're clear, this is 2 broke as fuck devil fruits on the Marine side. Because I still say that Smoker's devil fruit is broke as shit. How are you supposed to combat smoke, by the way?
Get a vacuum.
And we haven't even met the other 2 goons that are on this guy's same level. So God knows what he's going to be like. But there's also the part where we've only the highest ranking like Marine we've known besides this is Garp. We don't really know how strong he is, but he's only a vice admiral, and he's supposed to be like the strongest person we've known to this point. But then this guy comes out of nowhere and he freezes over half the ocean.
The question is, what can Garp do?
Yeah, the question is, where do we go from here?
While we're asking these questions, I also want to point out that above the admirals, there's only one other position, the fleet admiral, and that was set Sengoku or Sengotkun. as we met,
Yeah,
a while
you guys
back.
have actually met the boss of Aokiji
So what
already.
is his power? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so what does he do that puts him at the top? It's crazy.
So
Yeah.
I have a theory. I have a theory of what he does.
Oh, please tell me. I can't wait.
Does he summon goats?
It's close.
What?
Have you ever played the game Goat Simulator?
Oh, no.
No. I'm
He
scared
becomes
already.
a goat. He controls goats.
No,
He becomes
the goat
goat?
that he has with him is the goat from
Oh,
Goat
God.
Simulator. Indestructible, can destroy everything, has a super sticky tongue, all the works.
Man,
There you go.
he is broken.
I can't wait for Devin to find out what actually makes him so strong.
Nope, this is canon. You can't take it away from me.
So, not to bounce around too many places. The other thing is, we did get the name drops of all 3 admirals, even though we've only met Aokiji. There's Akainu or Akainu, whatever. I like to say Akainu because it's the one I'm most familiar with through the dub. Akainu, Kizaru, and Aokiji, and they're all actually just Japanese names for like their monikers. So Aokiji is actually blue pheasant. Kizaru means yellow monkey, and Akainu means red dog.
Oh god, they're fucking Eevees.
Oh my god, they are. They're the original evolutions.
I don't know about all that. I had a train of thought. You fuckers interrupted me.
I'm sorry you brought up the evolutions. You spoiled the fact that he's a monkey, and the other one is, I don't remember what it was, but one's clearly lightning, and the
I
other
don't know
one's
about
clearly...
spoilers. Relax.
You say lightning. We've already met lightning.
Yeah, but okay, static shock, fine.
details. Oh, I remember what else I was going to say. It will obviously have a much bigger, presence in the story overall when we do inevitably hear more about these other admirals. But something that kind of went on the down low that Aokiji had mentioned when we were talking with him is he was like, yeah, I believe in like laissez-faire justice or whatever. So one of the themes, especially of the admirals, because they're kind of like, they're not like their own guys. They don't do whatever the hell they want all the time, but they kind of have their own, the theme is their own interpretation of justice. So Aokiji's is lazy justice. And then the other 2 guys are going to have like their own interpretation of justice, which is going to be kind of a fun thing. Like Smoker's interpretation of justice is his personal justice, which we've seen time and time again when he's constantly trying to tell Tashigi that she has to find her own justice or whatever. So these Marine guys who are at the Admiral level, they got it. They got an interpretation. Question is, what's the other 2 is going to be like?
I can kind of make a guess based off of the personality of the lazy one, because he flows, he's smooth, he's like a river, because clearly he's water type. So the other, the one that's red is clearly going to be very passionate.
Okay,
is what I'm
that's one word.
guessing. And the yellow one is going to be swift justice.
Ooh, that's decent answers,
Pretty
honestly.
good.
I like this because I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, we just covered Aokiji's form of justice or interpretation. I know Akainu's interpretation. And I was thinking to myself, I don't know what Kizaru's interpretation is.
I actually know all 3. It's not as complex as you might
My
think.
brain was just like, it's the middle ground of whatever these 2 are,
maybe I'll tell you after the cast, but regardless, do you have any notes, Christian? Do you have any other potential guesses as to their
Have
interpretations?
any more math for us?
Do I have any more math?
It took us 200 episodes to meet the first admiral, so going at pace, by episode 600, we should probably know all 3.
It's true. But we've also met Sengoku already, so that's 2 out of 4 prominent figures already in 200 episodes. So really, it'll only be 400 episodes.
Oh, shit.
He's on to us.
What I enjoyed most is that Aokiji actually brings up Smoker by name also. Mostly to insult him by calling him like a stupid idiot for the way he handles something. Because it was at the same time he's walking away from Luffy, which I found intriguing because he goes like, anyway, this is to pay you back for taking care of Crocodile. And then he said something like, and don't even get me started about Smoker, that stupid, you know what, never mind. And he continues to walk away.
Do you think he was thanking him for making Smoker leave that shitty town he was in?
I would believe it.
Maybe he's thankful because he inspired Smoker to be ambitious.
Yeah, exactly. Like Brendan, he suspects that Smoker is actually OP as shit, but he can't reach his full potential sitting on that dingy little island. So
all I'm saying is we know one admiral has a Logia power. I'm just saying it'd be on brand at the rate we're going. That's all I'm saying.
True. No, it's true. It's very true. So anyway, but at a base level, I enjoy just hearing Smoker's name anyway because it's been a while. I miss my Smokey boy. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Void has low key the Lloyd. What the fuck is my brain?
You're good. You're good.
Mama.
Dude, that's a throwback. Thank you.
The void in my heart has been filled recently just with everything Robin, but I do still crave some Smoker action. I'm not gonna lie to you. So maybe we'll get some of that at some point soon.
And then the other massive information drop that was kind of given for us here is that Aokiji knows Luffy's granddad. Huh?
He knows his whole family. The way he said it, he knows the entire family.
It does sort of imply that he knows every. It would be Monkey, right? Monkey is technically their last name.
And I'm assuming we can also infer that he's referring to Ace in that batch and nonsense. Assuming that he knows that they're brothers or whatever, that they call themselves brothers at least.
Now, can we talk about the real, and I mean the real plot thing that they dropped on us these episodes?
Oh, and what's that?
Gourmet Town. Sky Fieri confirmed.
Wait, what?
You losing me here?
So the island that I forgot his name already. Aokiji sends the people, which is 4 miles away or 4 days away.
No, I thought that was where the ship was going to.
It may be. They might have been going to. Yeah, you might be right. Actually, well, either way, there's an island called Gourmet Town. And now, if that doesn't sound like Flavor Town to you, you would be wrong. So Gourmet Town is where Sky Fieri is at. Confirmed.
Shit.
You cannot change my mind. I will fight anyone
You
on
son
this.
of a bitch, I'm in.
I genuinely want to believe that Oda was watching an episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. He was just like, yo, I need a name for this island. And he's just like, wait, Gourmet Town. I like it. So we get all this information drops. Aokiji clearly is kind of a badass. He ices Luffy. He also just puts a complete stop to Zoro, Sanji, Nami, all of them. They manage to swipe Robin away after she gets completely frozen solid. She gets frozen solid, and then Luffy kind of protects her from getting completely crushed by him because he's being a little bit of a dickhead. I ain't gonna lie. It was just they were all vibing together until he broke the truce. All I'm saying. But then they all run away to try to unthaw her, and this is the other thing is that Usopp and Chopper are having a moment here where Chopper's freaking out, dude. It's like,
but it's the only thing
Whoa, wait a minute! You don't know? This is Robin's life we're talking about here!
I know, but I've never treated someone whose entire body was frozen before. I know that Aokiji said she was still alive, but I just don't see how that could be possible.
Don't give me that crap! If you can't do anything to save her, then no one in the whole world can! You understand me? You are the doctor of the Straw Hat Pirates, got it?
I know, okay? Just shut up and stop yelling at me!
As a fellow medical professional, I too do not know how to unfreeze a person.
Yeah, it's like being the first doctor to have to wake someone up from cryo sleep in a sci-fi
He
show.
was saying how you can't heat them up too fast because then ice cracks really quickly like that. But then he immediately shoves her under hot water, and I can't help but feel like that he went against his own advice there.
It was like lukewarm water. What do you mean hot?
It wasn't though. There was steam all over the place.
Well,
I feel like if you wanted to slowly warm them up, you just wrap her in a bunch of blankets, not shove her into boiling hot water.
I think the heat joke wasn't necessarily for making sure that she doesn't crack. I think it was more so for the sake of shock. Because, for example, when you're in shock in a cold environment, you don't want to, superheat them because they will die of shock. If you put if someone's been in frostbite weather and you throw them in a burning furnace sauna, they will die from the shock of the the sudden shift.
Either way you want to interpret it, throwing her into a boiling hot shower doesn't feel like the play here. Sanji and Zoro jump into the ocean, which, like, I guess, sure.
My brain was thinking that, like, leaving her in the bathtub was a way to, like, heat her, like, more or less, like, uniformly. Like, instead of, like...
Yeah, no, I definitely think the bathtub is the play. I can agree that, you know, what Chopper was saying was not necessarily what was aligning with what was happening on screen. Yeah, I think that's the problem here. I can get behind that.
I mean, he was
bit.
panicking. Let's be real.
Well, yeah,
Dude, I was panicking.
That's the whole point. Yeah, I was panicking too. This is nuts. But yeah, that's the whole point of the moment between him and Chopper, though, right? Like, or Usopp and Chopper, rather. Is like Usopp's going like, get a grip, dude. Like, this is your job. Like, you're supposed to be. This is what only you know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. They don't know how to do this. You know how to do this.
It's funny you say that, because from my perspective, when Aokiji first freezes Robin and I guess the other goons, and Usopp and Chopper are like freaking out. From my perspective, it looked like Chopper was like a little bit more, I guess, like in control or more better situated. I don't know the word to use here, but like I think Usopp was way more panicked and frantic and like mostly because he literally couldn't fucking move compared to Chopper, who was like, okay, I'm freaking out, but it looked like Chopper was like able to like do stuff. You know what I mean?
We're talking about two different moments here. What I'm assuming Brendan was referring to is when they're in the bathtub with half frozen Robin, and Chopper's going like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Like this, we can't heat her up too quickly, otherwise she's just gonna crack. And Usopp like basically all but smacks him upside the head and goes, "Dude, you're the doctor. Like this is your job." I know what you're talking about when Robin first gets frozen, and Chopper's like, "You gonna do anything?" And Usopp's like, "I'm frozen right now. I'm frozen in fear." Those are two. Yeah, dude, Chopper in that instance is a little bit more.
You know, another take here is that Chopper's been believing every little thing Usopp says. So Usopp saying, "I defeated 10 billion goons with a single pinky." Like, he takes that to heart. So as soon as some shit happens, he's like, "Usopp, my dude, what happened to all that strength?
What happened to Captain Usopp?"
It's actually kind of funny because he's like super like innocent and totally believes all of Usopp's lies. But when he's on the ground, like panicking in fear, and Usopp tries to play it off as, "Oh, I think I was frozen," Chopper literally just like fucking bites that shit in the ass and goes, No, you're not. You're just very scared. Stop."
Part of me doesn't think that Chopper actually believes everything Usopp says. I think he's doing it because he wants to be supportive of Usopp, which is why he indulges him in the Captain Usopp.
I don't know,
because he wants to be
man.
the goodest boy ever.
All I'm saying is I see stars around his eyes once in a while when Usopp goes on one of his fucking rants. I just don't feel like that can be played off. That feels genuine. But when Luffy inevitably loses and everyone kind of breaks away to heal for a second, they all broke away from the party to heal. You know, Luffy actually calls out Aokiji for a one-on-one in order to give the crew a chance to like kind of flee or whatever. And Zoro like totally understands what's going down right now. In fact, at one point when Sanji and Usopp are like fucking freaking out on the ship.
I can't believe you would be so cold-hearted as to just leave it. Hey, it was a duel. Can't you understand that? It's what he wanted.
Stop it, both of you. This isn't the time. Right now, we need to stay focused, okay? Whether this decision was one of his passing whims or not, it doesn't matter. Whatever happens, we have to be ready to deal with it, understand?
Does anyone find it poetic how he freezes people by hugging them?
That is rather odd, isn't it?
He gives them warmth before he freezes them entirely.
The cold embrace of
Dude,
death.
wild, Shorty. That is so philosophic. I like that.
Because if he only did it once, I'd be like, oh, he just did that for style. He did it on Robin. But then he does it again on Luffy.
My assumption is based off of the fact that it's just pure surface area. With a fist, he can only freeze so far, but if he puts most of his surface area on someone, that's why he has to embrace
But like,
them.
also he dips like 4 fingers into the ocean and freezes 40 miles of it.
You're right.
So we all know Loki's are broken, and I guess it's just been a long time since I watched like One Piece and seeing like certain things. What made me so upset about like not about the episode, but like just angered me every time it happened was the way Aokiji can just like reform himself from like a speck of ice.
Dude, it's so obnoxious.
Yeah, it's really obnoxious.
It's probably the most broken representation of that we've seen so far.
He could probably just come from molecules, honestly.
Exactly.
I mean, literally, though. I'm sure any of them can do it. He just probably has the best mastery over it than anyone we've ever seen so far.
No, like, what do you do? Okay, so like up to this point, our only Logias that we've combated are Smoker, Crocodile, and Eneru. So Smoker is kind of in the weird spot where I would argue that it is secretly extremely broken. But he's not like an active villain. He's just like a super strong Marine that the heroes run away from, I guess. So he's kind of like in a weird spot of being somewhat comical, not actually like a villain or whatever. So we get Crocodile. We can kind of understand that, okay, fine, he's got a unique weakness to water. If you throw water on him, his sand can't turn to sand. Okay, we beat him. Luffy is literally Eneru's hard counter. Understand. A little wacky. We get it. How do we beat Ice? That's all I'm saying. What do we do against Ice here?
With mastery over his element to this level, no less. And I mean, the only answer I can think of, obviously off the top of my head, is you bring in another hard counter in Ace. So if Ace were to show up at any point in this arc, I would not be surprised in the slightest. And
so like an ace in the hole, if you will.
God damn it.
Shut the fuck up.
Quiet.
Dylan, cut that.
Damn it.
Yeah, no. I mean, but it also would not surprise me if Ace showed up and still lost.
Ooh.
Because just because you would go like the logical thought process is, well, we know a guy who uses fire, we got a guy who does ice here, that's a hard counter, this should be the way this goes, right? And then hopefully One Piece subverts that a little bit at least and goes like, yeah, nah. Now when we brush Ace to the side and he's ultimately, if he shows up at all, ultimately not the reason we beat him, I don't know how the hell we're supposed to do this. I haven't the foggiest idea.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like that's why I said it's like Pokemon again, because what we're looking at is that this guy is like a level 99 water type. Of course, a level 20 fire type isn't going to counter that.
When you can cause a literal ice age, fire don't seem so scary after that.
But I dare I say, did we cover everything? Are we? Is there anything else that anyone wanted to bring to the table? Mention?
I'm really curious as to if they actually ran into train tracks though after the frog scene, because like they showed the ship hitting something, but you don't see anything, so it's alluded that it's under the water, and we hear a train coming. So part of me is thinking there's going to be a stupid fucking train here, and it's going to be on some underwater railroad tracks, because we know there's an underwater village also, I believe, or at Watertown or something like that.
Water 7, that got name dropped.
Water 7.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, the next town is Water 7, the island of water. We were alluded to a train. We're not really 100% sure on the logistics of the train just yet.
The train is probably going to go underwater to Water 7. That's my gamble.
You want to put money on that bet?
I want to put some money on that?
I'm going to bet 3 rupees.
I'm betting in filler arcs here.
Oh, that's a how many
That's a
filler?
real bet, Christian. I don't know if you want to do that.
Wait, hold on. Chotomate. Did you say rubies or rupees? Just got to make sure we get the correct
Rupees.
right. Okay, just want to make sure you have the right currency. That's all.
He needs to know the transfer rates.
The conversion rates.
Christian, what do you think this water place is like?
What do I think the water place is like? When he mentioned the city of water, at first my initial thought was, isn't this redundant? We're surrounded by water like all the time anyway. What's the point of like pointing that out? But then I thought it would be more like which is the city in Italy? Is it Venice? That's like basically at water level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we already got that in the movie.
Did we?
Yeah, they were doing the boats chasing.
Well, yeah, I mean they had like some Venice gondolas or whatever the fuck those are called or whatever.
Well, that was the next thing that I pictured, was just like a sort of Venice-esque city that's like literally at the waterline. People just like sail their boats through and like visit whatever tavern and whatnot.
That's a pretty spicy prediction. I like
My
it.
only justification for why it's an underwater city is because this is fucking One Piece. Do you think they're gonna just do Venice? No, they're gonna make some bullshit super duper like underwater city where you could still breathe, but One Piece fruits maybe are nerfed. We don't know because they're under the water or something. I don't know. You don't know. It's One Piece. They're gonna go to like take it to 10 and make it not make sense and make Crystal go, what the fuck are you watching?
All I want to say is, ¿por qué no los dos? All right. Are we good now?
Think we're good, but we're not done yet.
All right. Next week's 229 to 231. Do people have lines?
Checking my notes.
There was like when Luffy puts the afro back on, he goes like, "Yo, you're super groovy right now too," you know. And he basically anything Luffy says while the afro's on because he becomes a different person.
I'm trying to remember. Did we add the afro to the One Piece pile?
I offered, but I was met with light.
We denied the afro pick last time.
I'm feeling with that energy of like how it just recently turned him into a different person again. I'm thinking to
in the face of overwhelming evidence.
Yes. Because he literally turned into a different person and it affected other people around him.
Well, are we looking to appeal?
I'm looking to appeal, Christian. I don't know about you.
It's
up to you.
I'm feeling it. I will, in the face of overwhelming evidence that Luffy becomes an entirely different person now.
Yo, dude, if it can happen to Chef Zeph's pickled leg, it can happen to anything.
With that One Piece interlude, my other quote really is actually I have two more, but the first one is from 228 when everyone's back to being like rather themselves. Luffy comes out with a bag from the cabins or something, and he starts like running at Usopp and Chopper, who are chanting his name. And then he pops the bag all over himself, and it's flour, and he poses like his frozen self, and he goes, "Look,
my God.
It's me. I'm impersonating my frozen self." Like 3 days after he almost froze to death. Usopp and Chopper are just sitting there dying. Like, this is the funniest shit they've ever seen.
Like, yeah, you almost died. That's
you almost died like this, but bro, that's so good.
I was so surprised that Sanji didn't kick his ass for wasting like food.
Nah, he was busy making the potatoes for Nami.
He did waste a lot of flour.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I didn't even think of that.
But I think my favorite is Heisenberg Usopp.
Heisensop is good.
Heisensop.
Please carry on.
Heisenberg, while they're sitting there talking, Usopp makes another bold claim about how like paella, or however you say it, the potato dish that Sanji cooked up. He claims that it's actually like 100-meter tall beast, and that this dish is made out of its tail. And he says something along the lines of like, "Yeah, I killed one before breakfast one day," and Chopper's amazed. And he's like, "Wow, you really did that?" And Heisenberg Usopp goes, "Chopper, say my name." And Chopper goes, "Well, of course you're Captain Usopp." And he goes, "That's right, I'm Captain Usopp, baby.
You're goddamn right.
I'm the one that knocks."
You're goddamn right."
I didn't even think of that. That's gold.
So does that mean also that we're gonna see a giant potato monster that they're gonna have to fight?
That could mean that at some point in the future, Usopp's lie comes true, and there's a giant potato monster.
I'll go next. Before the fact, I was actually really interested in Sanji's dish. He called it potato paella. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's actually based off a real French dish called pommes paella, which pommes is just like potato in French. And the original form is just like shoestring cut French fries, essentially. As far as I saw it, just like cut really thin, like almost shredded, and like Sanji's version looked like a hash brown to me. I don't know, I just thought it was interesting, mostly because I was hungry. Okay, so my only two quick quotes was one, Aokiji. Everything that man said was the banger, honestly. The little jokey one was one of the first. I think it was like first episode. Some goon gets like sent flying by I think like Luffy or something, and you hear like fireworks sounds, and Robin casually just looks up into the sky and says, "A human firework." And something about that just like, tickle my belly or whatever.
Something about that just felt right.
I got more Pokemon vibes from that. Like, we're blasting off again.
Dude, that's all the Foxies was like absolute Team Rocket Pokemon vibes. When they were in the fucking crab and then like literally in the pedal bike going on shore, that's literally the same as like 50% of the Pokemon gags from Team Rocket.
Beautiful.
Absolutely wild.
And my only other real quote was Usopp says this at some point when they're like, I guess on the boat. I wonder if strong guys like him, referring to Aokiji, are coming after us from now on. For me, I think that there's something changing within Usopp. Whether he I don't know how you power up Usopp. In my mind, I'm thinking like he just gets courageous. Like he
just got a power up though.
You give the lion his heart. That's all you do.
Do the dials count? I don't think they count.
I think it counts. That homie's gonna impact dial someone really soon.
Just another tool that he uses.
And that's kind of all Usopp is, right? He's the guy with the bag full of tricks, right?
I guess that makes it a power up by proxy. Sure. The dials have powered him up a little bit.
But he's looking for Moa.
All right. Well, do be that way.
Here
we have Golden Ham next. Do we have any immediate picks?
I'm torn between two.
Where are you at, Jevin? Enlighten us.
Robin and I keep forgetting his name because it's Aokiji. I was impressed by Aokiji because of his ability, like massive just power level in comparison. But I was really like the vibe that I got from Robin really like hit me good from these episodes, just like seeing the total change in character. So that's where I'm kind of torn from that, just because like we see a completely different Robin now. And we're probably going to continue seeing a completely different Robin now, because before she's just kind of there, just vibing. Now she actually has some like emotional stake in the show.
I totally respect that position, and you almost swayed me. However,
if you say Foxy, I'm going to slap you.
No.
Funny you should mention it.
Oh, I tuned out. I just realized we're doing Golden Ham. Yeah, my vote's Aokiji, in case that wasn't clear.
It wasn't, but thank you.
Where's everyone else's votes? Because I could be swayed. I think I might even be swayed. So where's the other votes at per se?
I didn't really have a good one to post up here for this.
Can I vote for the bicycle?
Yo, what?
Stop.
Wait a minute.
Get out of here.
Like I came in here ready to vibe with whoever made the best argument, because I didn't really. Here's my only. I like Robin, but also we've been kind of loosey-goosey with the way that we've interpreted Golden Ham as of late, especially. But like Golden Ham is supposed to generally be like the person who did the most things / was the most impactful, I guess, throughout the episodes. And we see a lot of different sides of Robin in these episodes, but like
the plot was moved by Aokiji and his presence.
Yeah, so I would be more inclined to give the ham to Aokiji because of that.
I would also agree. I think that's kind of where my head was at too when I initially came here. I'm like, I mean, your boy is single-handedly dropping all of these, subtle cues for upcoming character plot elements, and we love to see it.
I still think the bike should have won.
Stop.
I can go or be swayed to go to the Aokiji, because like that was like one of the other things that, like my because like for me, Robin is a personal pick, but Aokiji, I agree, is in terms of like the standard that we try to make, is more qualified, I would say.
And for that reason, Aokiji has my ham.
And an outstanding 4-1 vote between Aokiji, and Aokiji's bike.
Hell yeah.
The bike's gonna make it in that picture, by the way.
You know what? I'll allow it.
Guys, we have to change. We can't let him get away with this bike bit. We gotta vote for Foxy now.
Stop.
No, you can't do this to me. You can't do this to me.
Yo, but I mean, like, but actually though, like, I mean, like, I'm not gonna die. Like.
Bro, can I just say, when in the first episodes, like when the three of them, Portia, Hamburg, and Foxy, were chilling on the boat, like nothing made me happier than Hamburg vibing with the rest of the crew. They're going fishing off the side of the boat, and like Hamburg's just having a great time, and Foxy's over there like sulking in the corner.
I would rather give it to Hamburg over Foxy.
Don't tempt me.
Don't tempt me.
Stop putting this energy out there.
I'll go for it.
I'll do it right now.
Let's move on. Let's move on before we do something we regret.
Just so Jory doesn't get the bike picture.
Stop
I'll do it.
Stop it. Stop.
I'll fucking do it, dude.
I'm gonna do it.
Anything but
You
this.
won't.
I vote for Hamburg.
Oh, no.
Who's with me?
I vote for Hamburg.
Yes. Let's go. I just need one more, brother.
One more, brother.
Who's with me?
Hamburg's in solidarity.
I know what I have to do, but I don't think I have the strength to do it.
Absolute animals.
You can do it, Devin.
Do it.
I'm sorry, Jordy. It's Hamburg.
What do you mean? Sorry, I was gonna do it if you would.
Oh, Jordy's doing it too.
We did it.
We've done it.
Justin, make it the unanimous
Shorty,
pick.
I hate you for causing this.
Make it unanimous. Do it.
I'm about to vote for the bike out of spite.
It doesn't matter anymore. We don't need you. I don't need you or your stinking vote. I got Hamburg.
We did
baby.
it. Dude, that was gonna be an odd thumbnail for some of the listeners.
I don't care. My boy. Dylan cut everything out that I talked about impact and importance to the plot earlier when I denied them the Robin pick. Cut it all out. It means nothing anymore. All I need is Hamburg.
You just have to edit it. It's impact, importance, and meme.
Overwhelming meme presence is the secret third one.
Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. That's perfect.
I am proud of these decisions.
All right, we're good.
We believe in Hamburg supremacy.
Justin, you okay, buddy?
I'm here.
We broke
Look how
Justin's spirit.
Well, Justin, you might want to get your spirits back up because we still got one more thing left.
I don't think I have anything left in me.
It's okay. This one, Devin's gonna hate this one.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Today's career day, kids, and we're doing. Hold on, let me give me the Noro no Mi fruit.
Which is?
we're doing the slow beam fruit.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Oh,
Please go ahead.
Police officer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because for speeding tickets, he could be like, slow.
Oh,
Oh, I was thinking that, he wouldn't actually have to like pull his piece whenever he wants to catch somebody.
That too.
I like the idea of a cop. Like high speed pursuit, like, yo, slow beam real quick.
The only problem with that is that after 30 seconds, they go right back to normal speed. So if you slow down a car and then it jumps back to full speed, it can go into a wall.
you use the application of that, like you got to catch a perpetrator running away from you or something. Instead of running after them and like pulling your taser or something, you just go slow beam, and then you just cuff them.
I like the idea of like slow beaming a car, getting out of yours, going to theirs, taking the key out,
Give 'em a
and
ticket.
just flooring the brick.
What are things you really want to enjoy slow?
Eating.
Well, I was actually just thinking, this might be a little wild. What if you were a painter? I feel like we've been saying painter for some of these before. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I'm thinking to myself, would it be useful to slow yourself down? Would you give yourself more precision / accuracy, like less shaking or something, if you had slow movements?
I don't think so because of the caveat of the 30-second thing, which is that once you get back, you could make a big F up because you go too fast and you go from, readjusting back to normal. You could flick too far and fuck up your painting even more.
Okay, I guess that's fair. Well,
You also have to activate it beforehand, so that wouldn't work really.
You'd also have to shoot it at a mirror that you just keep on hand.
nah, dude, I would just, like do the thing and like point it at my other hand.
Yeah,
and
but
just
now
be like,
that
"There
you've
you
done
go."
the thing, you're in the pose of doing the thing because you're slowed.
So I had another theory for another one. CrossFit instructor.
Ooh, that's honestly not bad. I was actually just thinking to myself, if you gave it to a CrossFit coach or like any coach at all, you could like force them to like take like super low weight or something like that, and then like check their form like as they go through.
Yeah.
Like that could be valuable. That's real talk. Like I miss the pocket every time when I do a clean. I'm just saying, people who know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, along the same lines, we have like movie producer.
Dude, we don't even need special effects for all of these flash scenes. We can just bring in the person with the slow fruit.
Yeah, there's no need for like After Effects slow motion. You just slow-mo them in the moment.
Oh man.
You could be an assassin.
Assassin works.
Slow
Could be an
yourself. You
assassin.
fire the gun, and once the gun stops being slow slowed and you've left the building, no one can prove that you shot the gun.
That was a rather confusing set of events that you just mentioned. I'm not gonna lie to you. It made way more sense to me that he just like slows down his target, walks up, slices their throat, and walks away.
So like, you know, with like speedsters and like, you know, comics or whatever, they can just like process information really fast because they just like read at the speed of light or whatever. What if you can kind of mimic that where like you slow yourself and you just like have a bunch of info, like a movie or some type of tutorial or something like that, just like move before your eyes like really quickly, and then you just like absorb all that information like
That is true.
after 30 seconds.
I don't know if the same concept necessarily applies in that situation.
You would still learn the same information from the same time frame.
No,
passing.
but the way he's talking about it is like when you get punched like 4 billion times, all that comes back at once. It's like, what if you watch a billion things at once? Does that all come in?
I feel like that when you get slowed with slow-mo photons, it affects the body different than it affects the conscience. That's going to be my hot take.
I don't know that we know enough of the nuances of the fruit power to really say that would work that way.
Oda was really smoking a fat one when he made this one.
All I'm saying is I'm either on this CrossFit instructor pick or I'm on this director pick. Those are the two that have spoken to me so far.
Man.
Friendly reminder: we're not voting on these. We are simply just stating careers.
But I feel like we could do more than this. I feel like we haven't tapped into the real job.
What do
and
you
neither
need?
has Oda apparently. Keep it that way.
Yeah, apparently Oda didn't care either. You know, we're full circle. We're going police officer.
I mean,
Not again.
both of Devin's applications fall under the same, like, police officer and assassin. That's the same idea.
It's the same picture.
You know, I'm an assassin myself.
I feel like we came up with all like a decent pick of jobs. I don't know like what more you need from this story.
I'm looking for the aha moment.
He's looking for the big light bulb in his head, big brain play to come out.
If anybody out there has any better ideas for the slow beam,
Yeah, the best place to reach us with those ideas is Twitter at Panda Sightings. You could also reach us with that similar idea at Instagram at Panda Sightings. Or if that's not tickling your fancy and you're a boomer, you could also use our email, pandasightings@gmail.com.
And if you want to send us mail because you were born in the 1800s, our P.O. boxes. I'm just kidding. We don't have a P.O. box.
You're calling the person who sent the Sky Fieri a boomer?
A boomer doesn't have to be an insult. It could just be, you know, the name of his generation.
Sounds like something a boomer would say.
Yes.
bye. Doom. There you go. And see, now you don't even have to use the outro thing.